the dude who wrote the self-help book needs help. How am I gonna spin this one? You know, how's this gonna land? I didn't have that fear of being seen when I was younger. I wanted the whole world to see me.
Yeah.
So I thought. And then I think combination of things happened, like, my prefrontal cortex developing, society, the internet, and the industry essentially like punching me in the fucking mouth with all the hate and everything.
2018.
You know what I mean? Like getting a like public spanking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just the natural adjustment shock to success. Those three things combine for this heightened sense of paranoia about losing success and or getting more of it and having more attention on me. Because when there's more attention on me, there's more need for perfection. When there's more attention on me, maybe people are going to bring up old interviews and say, no, he's an asshole, remember, you know, and I'm going to get hit again. It's like scared to get hit again.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's funny. That's kind of what this album represents. Even with the trailer, it was like, it's me unlocking myself from the cage of my own comfort zone, you know? And it's like, well, if that cage is your comfort zone, why are you in there freaking out? Because that's how fucked my comfort zone is. It's like, even my comfort zone is fucking uncomfortable sometimes because I feel like 23-year-old me placed 32-year-old me in that cage without consulting with 32-year-old me if I ever wanted to be in this life.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm glad I went after this shit when I did.
Yeah.
Because I think I would be too scared of success if I tried to blow up at 32.
Because of everything that you experienced?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's a certain youthful hubris, you know, that you just have, you know, and just a certain like, I deserve it all.
Yeah.
I want the whole world to see me. You're not even considering like any pitfalls. There are no cons.
Yeah.
You know, when you're on the outside looking in at success and wealth and fame and all your dreams, when you're making your list, your vision board, Mom Beach House, sold out arena tour, you don't even think it's possible that there's a list of negative things that are going to happen. You're just like, no. It's all going to be this.
Yes.
I don't even know. I'm not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
You know? And as you get older and you have experience and you realize that life is duality, it's robust, it's good and bad. Now I look at the next level of success and I'm not so naive in my thinking by saying just like, oh, I know that next level is just going to be all that. No.
Right.
What comes with it? You know?
Totally.
It's like it's just being more aware. It's like, before I go to this really great next level, what's the trade-off?
Yeah, because there's no solutions in life.
No. So it's like there's trade-offs with everything. It's like, what comes with it though? What's the bad before I just sign up for this, you know?
Because at least you're ready. Or you're not ready, but like preparing, you know?
Yeah. And so now what this album really represents too is this sort of understanding and acceptance that I don't know what the bad is going to be. And I don't know what the good is going to be. I just know there's going to be both.
Right.
And I have to go out there, leave this cage. I got to go out there into life and press forward and play big because it's too much internal conflict in this cage. I want to stay, I want to leave. I want to stay, I want to leave. It's too much. I got to get the fuck out of here, you know? And
because the swings are crazy in this business.
Yeah.
The ups and downs are super.
Bro.
So you wrote about this too, where ride the wave, right? Because it'll be highs and lows.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, you got to have more going on in your life than just this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like, because this isn't just even about my career. This is about having a better relationship with my mom. What does that look like? You know, instead of being so too like emotionally a mesh where like, if she's in a bad mood, then I'm in it. If something's like worrying her, then I'm fucked up. And, you know, same with my girl or just anyone around me. I've always been very hyper vigilant where like, it's not possible for me to be in a good mood if someone around me that I care about's in a bad mood. That's not healthy though, you know? There needs to be um, just separation emotionally.
From
Yeah, like autonomy, emotional sovereignty is the goal, you know? Um, so that's also what this phase of my life is about, is really just coming into my own and stepping into the unknown of all that, stepping into the unknown of like my relationship with myself,
Mhm.
with my relationship with my girl, with my relationship with my family, and with my relationship with success. The unknown of all four of those things is terrifying. And that's why I have to go into it.
Where did you find your therapist, Connor?
Man, I found him through Dr. Nicole Lapara, like the holistic psychologist
Okay.
on Instagram.
Okay.
I asked her to be my therapist at first.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. And she was like, "I know someone like perfect for you."
Okay.
Yeah, man. And
Because he's not even a therapist, right? Or
no,
registered?
he's not like a licensed therapist. No, he's just an incredible mentor. But he's like, you know, he's studied under really big therapists and all that, but he's just not a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
It's just kind of nice, you know, like you just feel like, I don't know, he doesn't therapize you to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just real conversations.
Right.
And I think young men and men in general are suffering from a lack of mentorship, you know? I
Mhm.
think there used to be uh importance put on some sort of initiation phase from boyhood to man, you
Uh-huh.
know? And there was a clear line of demarcation of like, you're a man now. And it involved elders, older men that you could lean on and talk to and, you know, that would help guide you through life and all that. And I think now what a lot of dudes are dealing with is, I don't know when I became a man. What is a man?
Right.
What does that even look like? When did it happen? Was it at 22? Was it 21? Was it 18? Or was it 30? I don't even know. You just all of a sudden like kind of show up
Yeah.
and all these things are expected of you.
Yeah.
But you have no manual, you know? And so that's why it's very important to have older male mentors. I think the one piece of like real advice I would give to any young dude, artist or not, but definitely artist, find an older dude who has his shit together, who's solid,
Yeah.
and get a mentor
Yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah. What does a mentor look like, though? I mean, like in terms of like, does because I think a lot of people think about that as like, oh, do we check in once a week? Do we
Check in once a week.
Okay.
Yeah, check in once a week. I do. And
Yeah.
I send fucking 78 voice memos throughout the week. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. It has changed my life for the better
That's amazing.
because, you know, you you need mentors, man. There's just no way
Yeah.
around it. Like,
Yeah.
especially dudes, man. Dudes are just suffering out here from lack of community.
It's interesting because I've always thought of mentors in terms of mentoring my career, but only it was through talking to Troy Carter that
Yeah.
I thought about mentors in just life.
Yes.
Because I always thought about it. I'm similar like you in ways when, you know, the younger self of me would be like, I just don't want to be in the situation that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
And the only way out of this is bread.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm going to do it the right way. I don't want to do it the legal way. I'm going to do it like I'm going to grind to get to this money and be successful. And yeah, like it does solve problems, but it doesn't solve everything.
No.
And so like all my mentors were like about my career and the business. And then I remember talking to Troy, and Troy said, no, I go to people for my career. I go to people for family. I go to people for relationship. I was like, damn, I didn't think of it that way. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I think I had to learn that like strong men have other men in their life that they can ask questions to and get help from.
Yeah.
There's a strength in admitting that you need help with stuff.
Totally.
And it's not this like circling the drain, like you're just like, you can't fucking, like you're just this helpless, wounded puppy, you know? Like I've still been on my shit. My resilience is like my greatest attribute, I think. But along the way, it got to a point where I was like, I need help, navigating my internal landscapes, and you get to a point where your parents, like, it's not their job anymore.
Right.
Simple as that. Like,
I mean, you get to a point as well too where you start to realize that your parents also have problems.
oh, for sure. And then you have empathy.
Yeah.
You go from like anger towards your parents and possibly like resentment to empathy, because you realize, damn, man, I look at my dad and my mom, I'm like, how the fuck did y'all even do it?
It's the same with my parents.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I'm like,
yeah.
now granted, they got divorced, but it's like, how'd you even last that long?
Yeah.
With no resources,
Yeah.
no community, no tools, no rubric, no one to like ask questions. I don't know, man. It's crazy. So yeah, it's like at the point now where I gotta father my inner child myself. It's my job. And so I gotta make myself feel okay. I gotta give myself forgiveness. I need to give myself reassurance that things are gonna be okay. I gotta do all that for me, man. And yeah, it's a better experience in life for sure.
I want to take a quick break in the pod right now and talk to you guys about something I think could be of importance to you. If you're listening to this pod and thinking, I could really use some personal guidance right now, and you're serious about building your career in the music business, I'm now offering one-on-one private strategy sessions. These are fully personalized, just you and me tackling whatever you need in your music career. Listen, this is the part where you might be thinking to yourself, who the heck is this guy? Well, I got over 17 years of experience in the music business, whether it was working as a manager with artists like Jesse Reyes, or working with major record labels like Island, Republic, Universal Music Group, or Sony, or producing content for high-profile artists like The Weeknd and Eminem, to producing content for elite brands like the NBA and Nike. I can definitely and confidently say I can help you map out your next moves. Whether you want to talk about structuring your team, navigating the industry, scaling your brand, or just simply learning how to make money in this music business, whatever's most relevant to where you're at, let's talk. You can now book for a fee a one-on-one session with me, an artist manager and a podcast host, to help you figure out your next steps. Find the link in the description below to book a one-on-one consultation session. Also, big shout out to those who watch this podcast. Bringing value to an audience who seeks it is a blessing. I can't thank you enough for tuning in. I appreciate you. Now let's get back to the pod. I love you, boy. It feels like,
oh yeah, that was a therapy exercise, man. That was him being like, I want you to, you can journal about it, you can write a poem, you can write a song, you can write a lyric, but I want you to write something to your younger self.
What an incredible record to do it on.
Yeah, so that first verse was me talking to like, infant to 5-7-year-old me, and then second verse was me talking to like 21 to 26-year-old me, and then the third one was me just like patting myself on the back in general. So it's a powerful record, man.
It is. You did exactly what you needed to do on that record. I mean, like, you hear that song, just sonically, the strings, everything about that is just like, what else is there to do on this except go there?
Yeah, you have to, bro. 3 verses.
3 verses.
Nobody does 3 verses
I
anymore.
remember where I was when I heard that. I remember being on a plane.
Wow.
Like, just traveling and hearing that record and just being like, oh, this song is incredible.
Yeah.
And I connected for me a lot because similar, a bit of a similar background when it comes to my home life as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, this is real shit.
Yeah. It's scary, man, to be honest. Because I feel like I need a reintroduction to my audience. That's been the scariest part.
Okay.
Because you come in the game being Mr. Manifest, like, believe in yourself, stop being a bitch, get over it, it's all in your head, which is a very gaslighting title, if I might add. But it's a great book. But
yeah, it's a good book.
It's a good book.
You should read it. You should still read it. It's still a great book.
No, there's useful tools in there for
100%,
sure.
100%.
But I come in the game as that, and that's how the world meets me. And then I naturally grow up, and there's more depth now. And, before, I wouldn't even say before I had confidence. I would say I had omnipotence.
Right.
It wasn't true confidence. It was omnipotence because it was, I know everything. I know how all this is going to go. you can't tell me any different. And if I'm ever feeling not confident about something, I'll drink and I'll come off like I'm confident about it. And so that was my whole career. And then naturally, that shit crashed spiritually for me, you know? And I needed to excavate and get to the root of problems. And, you know, that's where we pick up with Santiago. And it's scary for me as an artist because it's like, damn, the dude who wrote the self-help book needs help. How am I going to spin this one? You know, how's this going to land? And so I feel like I need to reintroduce myself to my audience, which is what I started to do with Santiago and what I'm continuing to do with Wild. Because I think I can actually help foster true confidence now, you know, where it's like acknowledgement of your strengths, acknowledgement of your weaknesses, acknowledgement of your insecurities, and still pressing forward anyway is real. That's real.
Yeah.
That's brave.
Yeah.
You know, not just fluffy bravery and fluffy confidence. You know, that's real.